What is up, guys? How y'all doing? How about that 88K level, guys? We've only been talking about it for what seems like forever. I mean, what do we always say, guys? Prepared trader. Oh, wait. Shit. Where'd the timer go? What do you always say, guys? Prepared trader is a profitable trader. If I show something 100 times, there's probably a reason. How you doing, Barb? What's up, Bull Runner? What's up, J Rock? Wayne? What's up, Samwise? How you doing, brother? What's up, Rag? How's our ETH trade doing? 30, 40? Not bad. Throw a one in the chat if you took the ETH trade. I'm curious. Yeah, man, that's what we're waiting for. It's close. It's close. It's close. We're getting a nice little breakout of this downtrend here. 786 right now. To wait and see. What's up, Alexandra G? Good to see you. All right. How's the music volume? Is this good? Awesome. Well, first and foremost, how was you guys' trading day today? Let me see some ones if you made money today. Hell yeah, I love to see it. I think Alex is going to be dumping some people in here, so I don't want to start the Bitcoin TA so everyone gets in here. But it's great to see all you guys made money. Took ETH and Bitcoin? Nice, bro. Sol, I was looking at Sol on Alex's stream. We got a 4-hour break of structure. Or we're getting one. Oh, alright, we can do Bitcoin then. What is up, Otter Gang? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so crazy bump so far on Bitcoin, which is nice. So let's start from the top here. Get rid of some of these trend lines here. So we know that we've been in this downtrend on the 4-hour, right? Connections here, rejections here, right? We've been kind of trailing we had a golden pocket rejection here. Now, this level that we bounced off of is a very key area. If you guys have been watching the channel, you guys are definitely aware of this area. It's 92,000. Why is this such a key area? It's a key area because you look at areas that created imbalance, right? So it's even still on the chart here, but we'll redraw it here. So last time we were in this weekly demand zone, we ranged and it created this huge imbalance that took us to 126K, right? And when we zoom out on the weekly chart here, we never mitigated this range, right? So we haven't really tapped it. So when you have, like for example down here, right? When you have a range that creates an imbalance and then you come revisit that range, you generally expect to get a big move out of that. Now, does that mean that the price can't go lower? No, there's still a couple things that we have to do until I can remove this bear here. This bear's been on the chart for quite some time. This bear's been on the chart since we broke the 4-hour bearish up here at 122K. Now, I would absolutely love to remove this, and it's not here anymore, so we can get rid of that. But we have to break this 4-hour structure here, which we have broken this downtrending resistance, which is a good first start. But for Bitcoin to really get some legs, you need to see a 4-hour close above 94K. Then you can favor longs and leaving runners. And all of you guys who got long down here, you guys have a pretty nice runner trade, right? To the upside, at least back up to the supply here. But we will have to wait and see. We have a couple barriers in our way, so we know that this area is a little bit of supply here if we zoom into like a smaller time frame. We did mitigate it there, about 2-hour. Okay, so we have a bit of an order block here on the 2-hour. We have a 2-hour order block here. We also know that we're bouncing off of our 786 here. So before we're also kind of losing our momentum here. So before we break the 4-hour structure, we do have to understand we're currently still in a 4-hour downtrend. So there is short setups to be had. Like if we break bearishly here out of the 786 order block retest, you could look for a short back down to the lows. Setup would look something like this. You have to be aware of some barriers in your way, like previous order blocks here. It is bullish that we've made this move up and we haven't mitigated areas on the way up, right? Like the price action forms an area of demand, comes back up, forms an area of demand, forms an area of demand. So if we come back down, these areas should act as support on the way down. But we are still under a 4-hour bear trend. So really, we need to attack. What was the level? Where did that line go? Oh, it's covered by the fib. That makes sense. So we need to attack 93.7. If we get a 4-hour close above there, that's great. So let's look at, so if we do get this rejection here, the thing is our 15-minute, where do we break 15-minute? We break 15-minute here, pretty much off to the races after we break that bullish. We did set a 15-minute low here, so if we are going to pull our fib here, that kind of lines up with where like our retest of the downtrending resistance would be. Now what's nice about setting a 5-minute high up here is if we do get this kind of short play down, if we break bearish here on the 5-minute, it gives us the ability to have a 5-minute bull break, down at these levels so that, you know, if you miss this, you don't have to FOMO, especially with momentum breaking here. You can kind of wait to come down and get this 5-minute break here and get long to try to come back up and attack this 4-hour structure. What we definitely don't want to see is that this is just a short squeeze off the Nvidia news. We get short here, we break structure, and we just recover all this imbalance and keep going down. Still very possible. We like to give bias on this channel, right? So generally we'll tell you if it's guilty until proven innocent or innocent until proven guilty, and we are still in the guilty until proven innocent phase. So even with this nice pump, this could just be a fake out off of the news play to come back down. We had something similar over here when we were coming down here. I believe this was FOMC news, I think. So we had this 4-hour break of structure here, and then it just ended up being like a news trade, and then you just sold way off. So we wouldn't be expecting that, especially because like the environment is different now. Like these weekly mitigations, they are not something to mess with, right? Like whenever you have a range that creates this imbalance and you retest it, generally you get a big move out of them. So if we're looking at like an example of something like that on the chart here, so 112 was a good example, right? So back whenever we were here in this range, right, we spent a lot of time in this range, and then we initiated out. We came back to mitigate, and we went up and took the high, right? And that retest looks very similar. We were following this back then, right, to what we just had now. So a lot of times you'll see this, which is you initiate out of the range, you come back to mitigate, and then you get the next move out, right? If we take like a fractal of what this looks like, what is that, bar pattern? Yeah. A weekly is a very large time frame, right? So see if I can get this fitted right. You get the idea, right? It basically looked like this, right? So we come up, we initiate out of the range, we come back, we tap the range, and then we keep going up. So this is not the time to be optimistic quite yet, but optimism is in sight. So if you don't already, make sure, let me get rid of this for now. Make sure you set an alert here. This is going to be your 4-hour break of structure. You can favor longs, all right? So make sure you have that alert set. If Asia continues to push us up and we get that, awesome. We'll set an alert here for while we're doing analysis tonight, because if we do get this 5-minute break, I may signal a short here. All right, so not only did we have, so a lot of times at these bottoms, you'll see these sort of confluences where all of your alerts start going off at the same time. That's kind of what I had down here when we were at this low. So if you kind of look through the rest of the market, you can get a little bit of confluence for Bitcoin, right? So ETH, we've been looking at this level on ETH for forever. I think I even had it drawn out. Yeah, like we've been looking at this level on ETH for absolutely forever. We talked about this before, how altcoins usually when you come back up and you sweep the all-time high, you usually sweep it and then you dump like 20 to 30%. All right, 40%. That's a pretty heavy dump there. But it's the same kind of logic as what we were looking at the weekly on Bitcoin, right? So this is the range that we accumulated in forever before we initiated out. So should we come back to this range, it kind of ignites the market's memory. We should expect a similar move. So the fact that ETH was finally hitting 28.75 at the same exact time that Bitcoin was hitting 88K, which is kind of what I think it's what we said on the stream literally yesterday, was that this would be the equivalent of Bitcoin hitting 88K. So we took this long here off of the 10-minute structure breakdown here. Yeah, I liked that better. One of the things, so my alert actually went off. I believe it was like here on, yeah. So here was the clue about the sweep, right? So my alert went off over here on the USD on the coin and perpetuals here, but I took a look over at USDT and we hadn't tapped the order block yet there, so that was kind of the clue to me that, you know, this was not the one to long, that we're probably going to get a sweep and then a break, which worked out better for structure anyway, because how I was trying to set up the trade before then was like off this 12-minute high. But I mean, you're splitting hairs because this candle, technically this one didn't push higher than that, but I would have taken it off this anyway. But luckily we got like a way cleaner structure at the lows with the 10-minute, which is nice. And yeah, at this point, if you're in this trade, guys, like you should, I think we took profit at the 29.50, and then second take profit was like 30.11. At this point, just put your stop to entry and let it chill. Just let it chill. The 4-hour structure break on ETH here, we have to come above. We can move this now. We have to come above 31.64, which ETH has a lot more work to do on that. This actually looks like we're still. Yeah, ETH hasn't even broke its downtrending resistance yet on the 4-hour. Hey, what's up, Alex? Good to see you, bro. I was looking at Sol. Sol actually, okay, so it's SFPing now. But Sol is already breaking 4-hour structure. So we had this 4-hour high here. Basically what we did yesterday, we were talking about this on the stream yesterday, right? What we did yesterday was we dumped down, we pumped back up into this order block, downtrending resistance, and then we were setting up kind of the short on the 15-minute. All right, throw a 1 in the chat if you remember this from the stream yesterday. We talked about exactly this happening. I think price action was here or something like that. And we were talking about sweeping the high here, right? Because that brings structure here to break the low, to come back up to the golden pocket, to come down, which is exactly what we did. So if you caught that short, awesome. ETH was, or Sol was so close to breaking 4-hour structure. We were hoping that it would do so, but hey, what's a day, really? What's a day in time? Yeah, it's really awesome that we finally got 88K. I feel like I've been beating a doors. I've been beating a dead horse on 88K for forever now. So we finally got it. All right, let's check out some of the other crypto charts here. Total came into this daily order block. What kind of breaks did we get here? Yeah, total similar to Bitcoin. You have to break 3.16 trillion. I think I'll set an alert there as well. All right, we are all getting excited, so I'd be remiss. There's a bunch of people in here that have probably never seen the show before, so if I didn't just talk a little bit about kind of why like the macro of why this bear is here. So we had distribution at the highs, right? We had our 1 tap, 2 tap break of structure on the daily. You can't see it on the weekly, but it's there on the daily. And then our third hit SFP, 4-hour market structure break. And then we actually had this weekly break of structure. And we kind of had the same thing we're talking about here, up here to the downside, right? So you range, you initiate, you mitigate, and you continue. But this is this has been mitigated. We can get rid of this. But this is definitely the area that we can look to find support. After we broke structure here on the weekly and the daily, I kind of gave 2 levels that were possible for us to bounce from. 98K, which gave us, you know, not the best bounce, and 88K. So we're now at the second one. So it's pretty cool. Making me earn the likes. Hey, it's okay, guys. Hey, we got 130 beautiful people in here. If it helps at least like 20% of y'all stick around and learn structure, man, that's why I do this, for real. That's why I do this. What's up, Gear? How's it going, brother? What's up, Andrew Cameron? Rich, how's it going? Henderson, good to see you again, man. All right, is there any questions about anything that we've gone over? Total is also in a bearish weekly structure. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We had a break structure on the weekly, but so if we do get a bounce up here, there's a couple levels that we were looking at coming to. So we have all of the supply here. If we pull like our daily now, where does our golden pocket sit? Oh man. Yeah, guys, be very careful if we find ourselves at like 100,000, 800. Really anywhere between 99,000 and 100,000, 800. This is, if we can flip the daily structure back bullish, I mean, I think it's very likely to become attack all-time highs. Weekly golden pocket would be 116. Man, wouldn't that be crazy if you can 116 again? But yeah. Basically, if we are able to break 4-hour back bullish, I mean, we come test this resistance again, probably up around 100,700. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate you, brother. Soul pullback. So Soul, basically, what you want to watch here is you want to watch if this 4-hour breaks or not. So you have like an hour and a half to come back to Soul. If the 4-hour breaks bullish, then you would expect mitigation and continuation. So in the morning, probably we'll get a little bit of a pullback. If not, once the 4-hour breaks, trading becomes really easy to the long side. So kind of what we were talking about on yesterday's stream about how when you're in a downtrend, right, whenever you get those bullish breaks of structure, they really just set up for you to break bearish again, and then that's the real trade with the target of the week low. So if we just invert this, like this is how you trade longs, and you can leave a runner similar with how you left a runner with the to the downside, right? So if you do break the 4-hour here, then really all you're looking for is those opportunities when like the 15-minute breaks bearish. That's your sign to pay attention. Yeah, you can take a counter trend short, just like you take counter trend longs in an uptrend. But the real trade is going to be, you know, you come to a key level, you break that 15-minute back bullish, you leave stop loss, take profit, leave a runner. It's really fun times, and if you understand structure, it's really easy times to trade. If you're like long only trader. So yeah, pullback levels, it's going to depend where we end up. So obviously until we break this, you're just going to keep going up, and you can just trade away from the trend line, right? But once we break the trend line, we start pulling back. You'll just have to pull your golden pocket. You have support. You have support at these previous areas of demand that haven't been mitigated. But it's going to depend where we stop. If we stop here, I mean, you have a golden pocket support down here. But for now, man, I mean, you can just literally, if we're squeezing and we have like a squeeze trend line here, I mean, you can just buy the trend line, and then as long as it doesn't break like 2 candles below, you're chilling. But yeah, I mean, I can't really give you pullback levels on this yet because it hasn't stopped. I mean, this could keep going. All right, what I can tell you is there's easy ways to hop on trend, right? So on the 5-minute, if we close above here, you have a strong low here. So if you enter, you can put your stop loss under there. You just have to make sure you have room for your take profit, which, I mean, we have a bunch of imbalances in here. I could easily see Sol come up to 150. They really didn't give us the 126 level on Sol. Okay, cool. Any other questions before we start talking about shitcoins here? I apologize for my language. Oh, you got stopped out at 88,586, dude. That's lame. When did you enter, bro? What was your entry? It wasn't. Oh, did you enter off this structure break? Or did you just set it and forget it? Dude, if you set it and forget it longed here and got stopped out here, that's really lame. It's really lame. English? Yeah. Hey, if I'm talking too fast or you just stick around, bro. I promise it'll start to click. You can ask the crew here. We've got some absolute killers in our Discord. Make sure you join the free Discord in the description. I'm sure you guys are all in Alex's Discord. It's down there as well. Yes, if it SFPs that level, it's not a break of structure and it targets the lows. So you want to see a clean close above that level on Sol. Guys, how clean was that weekly mitigation trade we were talking about, 107,600, all the way into an opposing weekly mitigation? Like these like Alex was saying, it was his like easiest couple weeks of trading. Yeah, it's just been like these weekly impulse waves, like you just have to ride them, right? Like you don't get these very often, but there's a few times a year when you just get these weekly impulse waves, and it's the easiest trading you'll ever get, right? Sometimes you get them to the downside, right? What's up, Trading Tuition? How's it going, brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. All right, guys. I think man, is there anything else you guys want to talk about on Bitcoin? Bitcoin's so exciting right now. I don't want to spend time talking about shit coins, but I will. Oh yeah, one thing to let you guys know, if your altcoin looks like this, I'm not gonna look at it for you. If it looks like an ovary, I'm not looking at it for you. There's no structure. There's nothing I can do for you. I'm not that guy. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, brother. All right, cool. If you guys want to look at any altcoins, you can throw them in chat. We'll take a look. We expecting a Sol pullback or continuation based on what you're seeing? It depends if the 4-hour breaks. If the 4-hour breaks, we're not. Oh, thanks, Alexander G, for putting the Discord in there. Yeah, if the 4-hour breaks bullish, then we're expecting continuation. All right, let me see if I missed any of these requests. Yeah, I gotta look at Tau for gear. Don't worry, gear. I'm not forgetting you anymore. All right, so we know Tau had that daily bear break. Man, look at that recovery on Tau. Did we SFP the low? Okay. Yeah, let's just start over. So you know there's a daily bear break here. I've told you that a bunch of times. But yeah, so Tau SFPs the low after a bullish break of structure. Kind of a weird pattern to do that in. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take an SFP. Did you get structure breaks at the low? Yeah, you did. Okay, so what do I tell you guys all the time? You don't enter on the SFP, you enter on the break of structure. So you got your break of structure here after your 4-hour SFP. Coming back up to swipe liquidity here is that 1-hour structure. No, this is all 1-hour structure. Okay. So where's our downtrend? So you've broke out of the downtrend. So right now, brother, I know you're long from lower, and I know you took profit at 327. So your stop loss should be at 320. If 320 breaks, brother, we're likely coming back to this demand. So just keep that in mind. Your stop loss should be here. Oh man, I think my auto moderation bot just blocked people from joining. Too many people joined at once. That's crazy. I don't actually know how to fix that. Yeah, I'll have to remove that bot or something. That's actually pretty funny. But yeah, hopefully that helps you out, Gear. That should be all you need to know, man. I know you're already long. Okay. What else do we ask for? XRP? Yeah. Oh, wait. I think this is one of the ones that I can't actually look at. Yeah, so XRP is all internal structure between here and here, and you're just in like this downward descending channel, kind of sitting at the bottom of the channel. Could it go? Yes, but I just can't give you helpful analysis on this because it's all internal structure. Outside of you gotta break this trend line. So if you want to come up, you gotta come above this. Otherwise, it's just a slow bleed to the downside on XRP. H bar. Yeah, same thing here on H bar. If you want bullish price action, you got to come above 22 cents. Otherwise, you're just ranging in like this sideways and down channel. Similarly, I mean, you can just take a trend line here and say, oh, okay, you can say it's broken out, but yeah, get back above 15 cents and maybe you can run, but this looks like shit to me. TNSR. Oh, this is like a brand new coin, isn't it? Or I only saw what you posted in. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy this up here. We're rejecting from our previous supply block here. Rejecting from supply. All we have is internal structure on this. Like, yeah, this could go. I have no idea what this coin is, but at the very least, you want to break your resistance here. I wouldn't touch this. I wouldn't touch this, man. ICP? Yeah, ICP has structure. We can look at ICP. ICP actually just stopped me out of a trade that we were in when it took this low. Yeah, we were looking at 4-hour structure here. Did we SFP the 4-hour on this too? We did SFP the 4-hour on this. Did we break any structure out of here? No, we haven't yet. So similarly to what I was saying on Tau, right? You don't buy the SFP, you buy the break of structure. So if you want to be bullish on ICP, you need to see it break 5.10 cents. Right now you have like downtrending resistance here. You haven't even broken that yet. So if you want to get bullish on this, you got to see this. That would be kind of what you're looking for. Otherwise, you're looking to come attack these. Did we attack this structure? Yeah, we didn't. You're looking to come attack these weak lows otherwise. All right, you got to get above 512 or you're coming back down. BCH. Yeah. Dang, guys, 119 people in here. You guys are awesome. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell. Come hang out with us in Discord. We talk about price action every day. Completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. Oh, I apologize, guys. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, my dog. Let's see. This is a weird... Okay, so we do have structure here. It's going to take me a little second to figure this out because it's a little messy. So we break 4-hour bullish here after pulling the low. We then break 4-hour back bearish here, and then we dump down to break, no. Okay, so you're, Luna, come here, sit. No barking. So you're under bearish 4-hour structure until you come above 568. Now, we may have, okay, so we do have 1-hour structure breaks bullish here. You take the high, you break it back bearish here, you set a low, you break bullish. You take that low, you break bullish, and then you SFP. Okay, so you SFP'd 1-hour structure, so let's see. And I know I was going really fast there. It's not relevant to local TA. If you want to come up on BCH, you got to come above 493. If you come above 493, you have a bullish break on the 15-minute after an 1-hour SFP, and you would be expecting higher prices, likely to come attack the liquidity and probably run to the golden pocket, which is going to be the liquidity in these highs. Yeah, so 511. So if you break this, you can look for a pullback mitigation to come up and attack the golden pocket. But no longs until you break 493. Otherwise, you're looking to come back and revisit the lows here, like 470. What's up, 1 million? Welcome to the stream, first timer. Yeah, Australian Shepherd, dude. She's the best. She's the absolute best. Okay. Hex. Aster. Yeah, Bull Runner. I'll look at Aster for you. How's Aster holding up today? Okay. Okay, so we broke what we were talking about breaking here, right? So this is structure for you guys, right? You pull the high, you break the low, you come down, right? Where do you come? To this decision block. I'm pretty sure this is the exact TA that we gave yesterday. You come to the decision block here. Now, after bouncing out of the decision block, you come down and you break 15-minute structure back bullish here, which is good for Aster. I need to clean this chart up because I can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Okay. So you break 4-hour structure bullish here, which we were talking about. You come back to retest demand. I realize that all the new people, you guys probably can't follow what I'm talking about, but I'm just doing this TA for the homies here. So with this 15-minute break here, this is not really tradable here. So if you break this high, it becomes a little more tradable. So we did get a break of this downtrending momentum, and now we've broken the 15 back bullish. If you break this high, you have a new strong low here. You can get long here, stop loss under here, attack the 4-hour week high, and then leave a runner from there. That's what I see on Aster. Otherwise, what you're looking for is a sweep of this high to then come back down and break the low to get short to come back here. But you are in a 4-hour and daily uptrend, so I would favor longs on Aster. I'll go ahead and set an alert here. But Bull Runner, basically you're looking for, what level is that? You're looking for 137 to break, and then, oh, that's a really nice stop loss. That's really easy. Yeah, then you have like a 2% stop loss into a running coin, and you can look to come attack the liquidity in these highs at least, and then go from there. And then I would just trail your stop up with 15-minute structure. Otherwise, if we get a little bit more of a retrace, you're going to have support here. Golden pocket confluence. Did you get any 5-minute up here? No, they didn't give it to you. Yeah, otherwise you're looking to come back to this demand here. Either this decision block here around like 131 or like 130, and you could kind of average into a position here with your stop loss under the low. But I think you're probably going to break this stop loss here. Of course, bro. Anytime. TRX? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so TRX comes up, retests supply, dumps down underneath the 200 right now. Do we have active daily structure on this? Okay, so you break your daily bearish here, and then you retest supply. Retest 786, come down. You set a low, you set a high, you set a low. Oh, they didn't give you daily bearish structure here. That's lame. That would have been such a clean setup. Did they give you 12 hour? Yeah. Did you break 12? You did break 12 hour. Interesting. Okay. So you break bullish on your 12 hour here. Is the weekly bullish? Yes, the weekly's bullish. Okay, so you break 12 hour bullish, you come back down. Is this golden pocket? It is golden pocket. Okay, so we're looking for 4 hour entry conditions. What about 1 hour? Okay, so on TRX, you have to break this downtrending resistance here. You also want to break 1 hour structure. Let me get rid of indicators here. Clean it up a little bit. So this would be a bullish break of structure here. So if you're in a short level right now, if you get like bear breaks, they give you a setup. Yeah, so if you're looking for a short on this, if you break here, so if you break 2862, you can look to get short to come back and attack this week low if Bitcoin's going to fail, right? That'd be similar to like the Bitcoin setup. If you're not going to fail, they didn't even give you 15 down here. 15's here. So your first, oh no, 15's up here too. Yeah, so you're basically setting an alert here. TRX 1 hour bull break. And that'll be consistent with the break of downtrending momentum as well. And then then you can hopefully bring that into, where was the 12 hour break? Yeah, so hopefully that'll be a precursor to get you to come attack this week high on the 12 hour. So let's see what that setup would look like. So basically you'd be getting long on the break here, targeting the 12 hour week high. So that's like a 1.91, but you would be looking to leave a runner, probably coming up to, yeah, somewhere around here. So you can get a better RR by waiting for a retrace after this 1 hour break and kind of set it to your liking. If you want a 3-to-1, you can kind of do a retrace here, and then when you leave a runner, it turns into a much higher RR. But that's what I see on the short term, is breaking this downtrending resistance here, breaking 1 hour, coming down and getting that entry into the 12 hour uptrend. Otherwise, you're looking to break below 2867 to take a short to come attack these weak lows below you. TRX has very clean structure. If you like the analysis that I just did on TRX, once altcoins get out of this pattern, right, I will be able to give you this kind of analysis on everything. This is a coin that doesn't look like shit for structure. So we're just waiting for this to resolve, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, so we can take trades like this on everything. But that's the kind of analysis that I'd like to be doing on this channel every day with all these coins, and hopefully we'll return to soon. Okay. That was internal. What kind of internal stuff was I doing here? Oh, was this 4 hours? Is that what I was looking at? Okay, so we do, yeah, that's what I was looking at. So we do have 4 hour here. So you break 4 hour bullish, then you break it bearish, then you break bullish again, then you break bearish again. You don't take this low. Oh wait, then you break bull. Oh, nice. Okay, there's a setup here. So you break hype bullish again here, like we were talking about, because this wick takes the low. And then 786 bounce now. We got a 786 bounce. Then you break 15-minute structure here. You set a low, so you had a low here. Then you take the high, so you're 15. Where do you take this high? Does this take it? Yeah, okay. So then you move your 15-minute structure to this low here. So this is your current 15-minute low. So if you're looking for a short, you're looking for this to break. We still have uptrending momentum. So we're under 4-hour bullish structure. Did we break 1 hour? No. Oh yeah, okay. So same kind of deal. This one doesn't push under this one, but we'll take it for this analysis here. So you break your 1 hour back bullish. So you're likely coming to attack the 4-hour week high. This is a 4-hour week high up here. This is your target. So you're just looking for the right risk to reward. So this is like our initiation, mitigation, continuation. So if in the morning we get a pullback on Bitcoin, you're just looking for wherever this stops, take your golden pocket. You're looking for like a 15-minute breakdown here to come back up and attack this week high. That would be your target. But for now, you're just going up only with the trend line, and your first cause for concern is if 38,731 breaks. But what do we know about being in an uptrend? Since you are in an uptrend, those bearish breaks just create opportunities for bullish breaks to get long and attack the week high. Can't give you the levels here yet, but basically that's kind of the trade outline right now if you're not already long. If you're already long, you're chilling, and your stop loss should be here until we set a new low on the 15-minute or we break this trend line. You should not close this trade. You should let it run. Your target's up here, 41. What is Stirk? All right. Well, it went to 0. They ran it all the way down to 0. Okay, let's look at weekly. All right, well, you had a weekly break of structure here, so you're actually in a weekly uptrend, which is better than I can say for a lot of coins that we looked at, so that's pretty cool. Daily, you have a daily strong low here. 4 hour, 4 hours bullish. You just set a new low on the 4 hour. So you have a 4 hour low here. Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is a situation where the weekly is bullish, the daily is bullish, and the 4 hour is bullish. Good catch. This is actually a coin where you can pretty much take bull breaks at your leisure, right? So kind of what we were talking about, right? This is how you trade a coin like this is trending. Either you're following trend, whether that be 4 hour or whatever, right? You break your 4 hour, you're taking your golden pocket, wham bam. You're getting long at the golden pocket, you're taking profit at the previous week high, and you're trailing your stop loss up with 4 hour structure. Either you're doing that, which is fine, right? You do that here, take your 4 hour, get long at the golden pocket, 8.6, whatever, take profit at the previous high, right? You can definitely do that. Swing traders, you guys know all about that. Or you can kind of do what we were talking about, which is like wait for the 15-minute to break bearish here to get your opportunity for it to break bullish again to get long, targeting the previous week high. Right? Same sort of thing. You can also take like the structure trade that we were talking about and just do it on lower time frames. Right? 15-minute pullback. This is a trend following strategy, right? 15-minute pullback. There's way too many lines on here. Hold on. That'll be easier to show. Yeah. Pullback, right? 15-minute pullback. And just take it up with structure. Sometimes it won't come back, but at least these, usually it does on these coins that are running. That's kind of how you trade these up. And then your stop loss is, of course, behind the 15-minute low. Or you wait for the 15 minutes to break, or you wait for a nice little SFP like this. That was good SFP. But yeah, you're just trading trend on this until the 15-minute breaks bearish. You're just trading up, up and away, baby. Oh, I appreciate that, Rick. Appreciate those kind words, man. Of course, man. Yeah, so whenever you're in trading environments where the weekly's bullish, the daily's bullish, and the 4 hours bullish, it's some of the easiest trend following trades you're gonna get, man. It's like you're just like, especially coins that are running, you're just trading the trend, right? Pullbacks on the trend. Like I'm sure you'll see it down here too when it's running, right? Right, you're just looking and you take profit at the week highs, right? Just trail it up. And when do you get out? You get out when the 15-minute breaks bearish, right? So that would have been like right here. Why do you get out when the 15-minute breaks bearish? Well, this is why. This right here is exactly why. You break your 15-minute bearish. And for all of you new guys, there's a free channel, or there's a free video on my channel called Full Market Structure Course. It's only 2 hours long. If you're not understanding why we're marking highs and lows where we are, watch that video. It'll be the best 2 hours. I mean, it's a good video, but it'll be investing in yourself to learn market structure. But let me see if I can get a link for that. If you haven't watched this video, and it'll start to make all the analysis on this channel make sense. If you like what you're seeing and you want to learn more about market structure, watch that video. Alright guys, let's take another look at Bitcoin here before we call it here. Alright, still just chilling. For all you guys that might be starting off your day or whatever, we're trading today. If we break, was that 5 minute? Yeah. If we break 92.033 on the 5 minute, you can expect a pullback, right? And what is that? Well, 4 hours still bearish, so we would expect a pullback. But the level to break, again, 93.7. You break 93.7. What goes away, guys? Our friend the bear. Our friend the bear goes away. So if you don't want to see this guy anymore, if you're getting tired of this, you're saying F the bears, right? Well, I'll join you. I'll remove all of this. We just have to break this level. So if bulls are serious, let them prove it. Otherwise, we're coming back down. Well, 100 people steady through the stream. You guys are amazing. Only like 4 months ago, I had like 50 subscribers. It's or I guess it's more like 7 months of this time or something like that. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you all for stopping by. If you like what you see, join the family, join the Discord, subscribe, ring the bell. As always, much love. Trade safe. My name is Wave Cipher. Wave Cipher out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Make sure you go back and watch the first 20 minutes of the stream if you missed it. That's the Bitcoin stuff. That's what we all care about. Let's be honest. All right. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.